Now, if you are about to take the elevator, then get ready for the story. The man who shared the story is a bartender. He recently started a new job and moved into an apartment provided by his boss. The building was old and cheap. His apartment was on the 8th floor, but luckily it had an elevator, making it relevantly decent in an old neighborhood. And since he worked night shifts, he usually left for work around 5 p.m. and returned home around 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning almost every day. This kind of continued. It was uneventful until one terrifying night changed everything. One early morning around 3 a.m., he finished his shift and headed home as usual. When he reached the first floor of his building, he pressed the elevator button and then waited. After a while, he noticed that the elevator had already arrived, but the door didn't open. Just as he wondered if the elevator was broken and planned to take the stairs, the elevator door suddenly opened as he was about to turn and leave. He actually felt relieved, stepped inside and pressed the button to close the door. However, when the door was almost shut, it suddenly reopened it. He confusingly pressed the close button again, but it was still the same. Later, no matter how many times he pressed the button, the door wouldn't close properly, as if there was something standing at the door, preventing it from closing. Finally, he gave up and decided to take the stairs. If this had happened only once, he could have dismissed it as a malfunction. But the elevator did this every single day afterward. It would open and close erratically, or even not close at all. Growing frustrated and scared, he decided to avoid the elevator entirely and take the stairs instead. The stairway of his building was dark and eerie, with dim sensor lights flickered on and off. One night after work, as he stepped into the stairway, he heard footsteps behind him. At first, he thought it might be another tenant, just like him, who just finished night shifts and also avoiding the malfunctioning elevator. But as he climbed, the footsteps continued, matching his pace perfectly. He felt nervous and stopped to see if the sound would also stop. And it did. His heart raced, began to climb the stairs faster and faster, taking them two at a time. Suddenly, the sensor lights turned on, but this time they were a deep, eerie red, casting the stairway in a blood-like glow. He soon felt a cold breeze coming from behind. He stopped and turned around and saw a man, at least 2 meters tall, standing in front of him, hunched over in the air with no feet, his head bent at a right angle due to the ceiling, wore a long black robe, and his face was obscured by his messy hair. Panic seized him. He screamed and bolted up the stairs. When he finally reached the 8th floor, he didn't even bother looking for his keys and banged on his apartment door, praying his roommate would open it quickly. Lucky enough, his roommate awakened and broadly opened the door, just in time for him to push them both inside and slam the door shut. As he closed the door, he saw that strange man standing in the dark hallway and staring at him. He leaned against the door, panting heavily. His roommate looked at him in shock and asked what happened, but all he could mutter was, "There is a ghost. There is a ghost in our building." After calming down for a bit, with his roommate's help, he packed up and left the apartment that very morning and also quitting his job at the bar. Finally, if you have also encountered something eerie or cannot be explained when taking the elevator, then welcome to share in the comments down below. Okay, so this is the end of today's story. And once again, thank you for watching. I hope you like my video and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.